Okay, what's up guys? Welcome to my video, and in today's video I will be revising mathematics on sets part 3 examination questions on sets. Guys, if you are new to this channel, I have been teaching mathematics, and in today's lesson I want you now to know how to answer examination question on sets. And it doesn't matter from which part of the country you are coming from. In this world, mathematics is universal regardless of the country you live in, whether you live in USA, you live in UK, you live in China, Canada, Australia, Africa. Mathematical concepts are just the same. So anyone doing secondary school mathematics will find these concepts helping. So please concentrate and let's go straight into the video so you see what I'm talking about. So let's go straight and look at question 1, which came in 2018 October November examination. Question 2b. At Sambiriren College, 20 students study at least one of the 3 subjects: mathematics, chemistry, and physics. All those who study chemistry also study mathematics. 3 students study all the 3 subjects. 4 students study mathematics only. 8 students study chemistry, and 14 students study mathematics. 1. Draw a Venn diagram to illustrate the information. 2. How many students study A. Physics only, B. 2 types of subjects only, C. Mathematics and physics but not chemistry. Alright, so let's see how we can answer this question. Alright, so let's go for answers. Alright, so 1, they are saying draw a Venn diagram to illustrate the information. So the Venn diagram starts with the universal set represented by a rectangle like this. So we are going to draw a rectangle like this and put A here to represent the universal set. Alright, then they want to represent this information on a Venn diagram. So we need to show how many sets do we have. We have mathematics represented by M, chemistry represented by C, and physics represented by P. So we'll have 3 sets here. So we'll have this set here, and another set here, and another set here. So you have to actually overlap them. That's how you do them. So this set will overlap with this and also overlap with this. Then we'll call this first set the way they appear in mathematics represented by M. The second one will be chemistry represented by C, and the last one here will be physics represented by P. All right. So now what will follow now here is now to know now this information. All those who study chemistry also study what? Mathematics. Then they're saying 3 students study all the 3 subjects. Then they're saying 4 students study mathematics only, and then 8 students study chemistry, and 14 students study mathematics. All right. So here, what we are going to do here is this. So when you are answering a question on sets, you start with those that study all the 3 subjects. Like here, they are saying 3 students study all the 3 subjects. So since these study all the 3 subjects, meaning these are supposed to be here on the intersection for all the 3 subjects: mathematics, chemistry, and physics. So this one is supposed to be where? Here. So 3 students study mathematics, chemistry, and physics. All right. Then they are saying all those who study chemistry also study what? Mathematics. All right. Then here we are told 8 students study chemistry. So those who study chemistry, 8 of them also study mathematics. So they are supposed to be here. Those who study chemistry and also mathematics, they are supposed to be here because this is the intersection of mathematics and chemistry. But wait a minute. Here we have already those that study chemistry and mathematics already in this 3 number here. All right, because it also includes those that study mathematics and also those that study chemistry. So since 8 of those, 3 of them are already included, so we'll say 8 minus 3 to know those now that study only chemistry and mathematics, those that study mathematics only and chemistry. So 8 minus 3 will remain with 5. All right. Then they're saying here 4 students study mathematics only. So those who study mathematics only here have to be put here. How many of them? They're supposed to be 4. All right. And what? Here we have 14 students study mathematics. All right. 14 students study mathematics. So 14 now in total here. For those that study mathematics here, they're supposed to be 14. Now we have those that are already not studying, which are here studying mathematics, only 4. Those that are studying maths and chemistry, there are 5, which gives us 9. Those that study all of them here in mathematics, there are how many? 3. So 9 plus 3, 12. So now we are told how many they're supposed to be here. They're supposed to be 14. So we are remaining with 2. So these 2 that are remaining, since they are not being mentioned to be part of chemistry here, or rather part of the universal set here, because we are told that at Sambilireni College 20 students study at least one of the 3 subjects, meaning if at least these 20 students study one of these 3 subjects, it means there's none that doesn't study that will remain here. So meaning in this 14, since 12 are already studying mathematics, chemistry, and also physics, then there are those that are only studying mathematics and physics. Those are the ones that are missing here, and they're supposed to be here, and they're supposed to be 2 to make 14 students that are supposed to be under mathematics. All right. So this is how you are supposed to have. Then we are told that how many students at the Sambilireni College? There are 20 students. So if we add here this number plus this number plus this number plus this number, we are getting only 14. So where are the other 6? So the other 6 are supposed to be where? Here in physics, because here we were not told the information of those that are supposed to be in physics. So meaning the other 6, they are supposed to be in physics because of this condition they are put here. They've put here which says one of the 3 at least is studied, one of the 3 subjects at least is studied by these 20 students. So this is how it's supposed to be. So let's go to another question. Question 2 says, how many students study physics only? So those that study physics only, they are supposed to be where? Here. All right. So 2 will answer it from here. Those that study physics are supposed to be only these here. They study physics only. All right. So there are how many? There are 6 students. Then B2 says 2 types of subjects only. How many students study? B, 2 types of subjects only. 2 types of subjects only. So only is a condition. So only they shouldn't study more than 2 types of subjects. So where are they? These are here. They're supposed to be here. These here, they study 2 subjects only, mathematics and physics. And these here, they study 2 subjects only, mathematics and chemistry. So how many are they altogether? Is to add 5 plus 2, which gives us 7 students. All right. Then C says mathematics and physics but not chemistry. So how many students study C, mathematics and physics but not chemistry? So they study mathematics and what? Physics, not chemistry. So where are they? They are here. These study mathematics and physics only. So there are 2 students. All right. So you see, guys, what I was talking about. At this point, if you are finding value in this video, give it a like, a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed, also subscribe to support the work which I'm doing. All right. That's how the world works. We support each other. So let's go into the other question. All right. So question number 2, 2018 July August exams, question 3A. The diagram below shows how learners to attend a school travel to school. The learners use either buses, cars, or walk to school. All right. So we are given this diagram here, where those who use by bus here are represented by B. Those who use cars, they are represented by C, this set. Those who walk are represented by W, this letter here. Then the question says, 1, if 22 learners walk to school, find the value of X. Then 2, how many learners use A, only one mode of transport, B, 2 different mode of transport. All right, so let's see how we can answer this question. Answer. So we'll leave a space here for answering. So they are saying 1. If 22 learners walk to school, find the value of x. So 22 learners walk to school. So in this set here, there are supposed to be 22 that walks to school. So now, what is the value of x? To find the value of x, we should add all these learners here and equate them to 22 and then find the value of x. So what we are going to say, we'll say 4 plus x here plus 3 here plus 7 here. It will give us what? 22. This one. That's the total number of learners that walk to school. Then we'll add like terms, all right? So this 4 plus 3 plus 7 will give us actually 14. All right, so it will give us 14, which is equal to 22. Then we'll collect like terms. 14 will go to the other side of the equal sign where to meet another number. All right, then it will cross and it becomes negative once it crosses. All right, so then we'll say 22 minus 14 will get our answer x as 8. All right, so guys, to here, we want to find out how many learners use only one mode of transport. So those who use only one mode of transport are supposed to be these here, they walk. These here, they use bus. These here, they use what? Cars. So they want these. These here, they use only one mode. This one mode, this one mode. So they want the total number. So we'll add 14 here plus 7 here plus 7 here, and when we find the total, it will give us 28 of them. So 28 learners actually use one mode of transport only. Then B, they are saying how many learners use two different mode of transport. Two different mode of transport. Two different mode of transport. So those who use two different mode of transport are supposed to be here. These they use at least bus and walk. Then these again they also use bus and also car. And also these here use car and also walk. So we have also these because they have said 2. So there are those here which are 8. So these also use at least 2 or 3. But the question hasn't restricted us to only those who use 2. So these also here qualify because they also use more than one mode of transport, of which now they qualify. So they need the total number of them here. So we'll say 4 plus 2 here plus 3 here plus 8 here, which will give us the total number as 17 learners. All right, so let's continue, guys, to another question. Question 3, 2017 October-November exams. Question 1AB, which reads, a survey carried out at Kamulima farming block showed that 44 farmers planted maize, 32 planted sweet potatoes, 37 planted cassava, 14 planted both maize and sweet potatoes, 24 planted both sweet potatoes and cassava, 20 planted both maize and cassava, 9 planted all the 3 crops, and 6 did not plant any of these crops. 1. Illustrate this information on a Venn diagram. 2. How many farmers A were at this farming block? B. Planted maize only. C. Planted 2 different crops. So let's go and see how we can answer this question. So answer. So bring back the question down here and leave a space here for working. All right. So let's read again. So a survey carried out at the Kamulima farming block showed that 44 farmers planted maize, 32 planted sweet potatoes, 37 planted cassava, 14 planted both maize and sweet potatoes, 24 planted both sweet potatoes and cassava, 20 planted both maize and cassava, 9 planted all the 3 crops, and 6 did not plant any of these crops. 1. Illustrate this information on a Venn diagram. The first thing you do when drawing a Venn diagram is to draw the universal set. All right. So let's underline first the information. 44 farmers planted what? Maize. 32 planted sweet potatoes. 37 planted the cassava. All right. Then we outline the Venn diagram as shown. So this is the Venn diagram, which starts with the rectangle, which represents the universal set, and then we put E here to represent the universal set. Then we are going to put the sets here. How many are supposed to be? 1, 2, 3 sets here. So we have those that plant maize. The set here will put those that plant maize, those that plant what? Sweet potatoes, and those that plant cassava. There are 3 sets here. 3 sets of farmers, those that plant maize, that plant sweet potatoes, those that plant cassava. So those that plant maize are represented by M, those that plant sweet potatoes are represented by S, those that plant cassava are represented by what? C. As usual now, when you start now filling up information in your Venn diagram here, you start with the intersection of all the 3 sets here. So where do we start from? We start from here. 9 planted all the 3 crops. So we are going to put 9 that planted all the 3 crops here. Then where do we start from now? Here. 14 planted both maize and the sweet potatoes. So there are 14 that planted the maize and the sweet potatoes here. So since 14 out of 14, we see that there are some already indicated here planting already maize and the cassava. They are already here for maize and cassava. So now these, they are here because they are also planting also what? Cassava. I mean, these 9 here, they're already planting maize and what? Sweet potatoes. All right. Yeah, they're already there that are planting sweet potatoes in 9 here. Now it is here because in this 9 there are also those that are planting cassava. Now we have 14 that plant both maize and the sweet potatoes. So since there are already 9 of them of these 14, so we have to subtract 14 minus 9, which will give us what? 6. All right, 5 here. So we'll have 5, meaning it is a 5 only. There are only 5 now that plants just maize and the sweet potatoes. Then we will go to this one, which says 24 planted both sweet potatoes and cassava. So sweet potatoes and the cassava, there are how many? 24. Now we have 9 that are already here planting what? Sweet potatoes and the cassava. So we'll say 24 minus 9 will remain with those now that are only participating in planting sweet potatoes and cassava, which will be 15. All right. Then we are told here that 20 planted both maize and the cassava. So we have those who planted both maize and the cassava. There are 20. So maize and the cassava here. Now we have already those that are here 9 planting what? Maize and the cassava. So we'll say 20 minus 9 will remain with 11 that are planting maize and cassava only. All right. Then we are told here that we have again here, before we go there, then we'll come back now to the original number of farmers. So we have 44 farmers planted maize. So we'll come to maize here. How many are in under maize here now? We have 11 plus 9, which will give us 20 plus 5, which will give us what? 25. So out of 44, we are remaining with how many now that just planted the maize here? There are just 19. All right. Then also we are told 32 planted the sweet potatoes only. So we have 15 plus 9, which will give us 20, plus what? 9, which will give us 29. So how many are missing to make 32 here? We are missing about 3 of them that did not plant any other apart from only sweet potatoes. All right. Then here we have 37 planted cassava. So under cassava we have 37. Now here we have how many? 15 plus 9, which will give us 24. So 24, all right, sorry, yeah, so where are we? We are here. 37 planted cassava. Yes. So this one will give us 24. So now 24 again plus this one here, which will give us what? 35. So meaning we are remaining with how many? About 2 of them that did not plant other plants, but they planted only cassava. All right. So this one, when you add the total here, it should give you what? 37. Here when you add the total, you should get 32. Here when you add the total, it should to give you 44. That's how we balance sets. All right, so this is how you are supposed to answer this question. All right, so let's go. Then here they are saying 6 did not plant any of these crops. There are 6 that did not plant any of these crops. Those who did not plant here, they are supposed to be in the universal. So we'll put them where? Here, 6. Then we'll go to 2. How many farmers A were at this farming block? How many farmers were at this farming block? So they want all of them here. So they want these farmers were here. So we'll add. So you add this plus 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 this. Remember, a number is only added once, not twice. No. Once you count 5 here, you don't come again under S, you count it again. You make a mistake. That's not how it works. So you are going to say 6 plus 19 plus 11 plus 9 plus 5 plus 3 plus 15 plus 2, which will give us how many farmers? 70 farmers were at this farming block. Then B says, how many farmers planted maize only? So those that planted maize only are supposed to be where? Here. 19 farmers here planted maize only. They are here, so they are only 19. These, they never planted any other crop but maize only. Then C planted 2 different crops. So those that planted 2 different crops are supposed to be where? Here. All right. So these planted 2 different crops, and these and these, and also these, they also planted 2 different crops. Excuse me. So we'll add this number here and we'll get what? 40 farmers. All right, guys. So at this point, guys, we have come to the end of this lesson. Guys, if you found this value or if you found value in this lesson, there's something new that you learned in this lesson which you never knew, please, the law of appreciation, give it a thumbs up this video. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet and you want to see other contents that I'm going to upload in the next few days, consider subscribing and turning on the notification by clicking on the bell that appears next to the subscribe button. All right, guys, thank you for watching up to this time, and please bye until we see each other in the next video. Bye for now, and please, peace.